So this video is going to be from our 2000 Acura Integra LS. It's a B18 B1 motor, but it may apply to other vehicles. This might help you. What you're going to need is a 3/8 ratchet, 3/8 extension, 5/8 socket, spark plug socket, a gapping tool. We're going to be checking the gap of the spark plugs before we put them in to ensure that they've not been crushed or anything. And what I like to use is a magnet or a offcut of some spark plug wires to be able to take this plug out after we've removed them if they get stuck inside. I almost forgot, you're going to want some anti-seize to put on the threads of the spark plugs before you insert them, so the next time you replace them they won't be a bitch to take out. These are about $1 or whatever at your local parts store. So I'll go ahead and show you what to do. You're going to want to first remove the spark plug wires, set them aside. They usually fall into place where they're supposed to go, so you shouldn't need to mark them or anything, but if you are uncomfortable with this, I would put some tape around them and mark them 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever you may designate them as. So let's go ahead and set those aside. First thing you're going to want to do is visually inspect. So look inside these holes here. If you see oil down in here, it's a bad sign. It's a sign of a leaking valve cover gasket. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to take these out real quick. Go ahead and get your ratchet with extension and 5/8 spark plug socket. I'm gonna fit it down in the hole. Make sure it's snug and left. May need to put the phone down. This one's in pretty tight. I'm going ahead and loosen the ball up. What I like to do after this is stick the magnet in. If it's fully out, it should just come right out like that. I'm gonna go ahead and visually inspect this one since it's out. Yeah, as you can see, it's pretty burnt up. If you were to see black chard on the tip and the diode or whatever you want to call it, that's a sign of burning oil. So I've gone ahead and taken out all my spark plugs. They all look pretty burnt up. I think it calls for a replacement. These are about $12 for a set of 4, so it's not too bad to replace them. But if you were to reuse them, you want to make sure to check the gap. You're going to get your gapping tool for this application. It's going to be 44 thousandths, so right here, 0.044. You're going to take that gap and you're going to shove it in between. Make sure that it fits and that it fits snug. If it's too big, you can go ahead and re-gap it if you need to, but I'm just going to be replacing mine. We're also going to be checking the gap of the new ones before we put them in, just to make sure that they've been gapped properly from the factory and that they've not served any damage on the way here. So I've gone ahead and taken out all the new spark plugs and gapped them. They're all the correct gap. The difference is just night and day. You can see the tips. Make sure you don't drop these spark plugs. If you do drop them, there's a good chance they'll land on this head, and this head will crush down and ruin the gap. Put anti-seize on the threads of the spark plug. You're going to want to insert it into the hole without using a tool. Go ahead and hand thread it. I'm just using the spark plug wire. Easy to get it in there. Once you've got it in, you're going to want to use your spark plug socket, 3 or 5/8, and just hand tighten it. Don't use any tools, just hand tighten it. Make sure it's not cross-threaded. If you feel any resistance, go ahead and back it out. There's a good chance that you've cross-threaded it, and you do not want to do that, especially in these aluminum blocks. After you've gotten it seated properly and it's in there, check to make sure that your spark plug grommet, the little rubber or spark plug socket grommet, little rubber piece that holds the spark plug, hasn't been inserted into the cylinder. So just go ahead and double check that. Mine is still in the spark plug socket. That's good. So for these plugs, since this is an aluminum head, it calls for a 1/2 to a 2/3 turn after you've seated it. So I'm going to go ahead and take my socket wrench, tighten it up. You're just going to want to snug it and then a 1/2 turn after that. So snug, 1/2 turn. Turn it all the way. all you need. So going ahead and snug down all the spark plugs, half turns after it contacts the cylinder head. Go ahead and replace all the spark plug wires. Like I said, they should sit where they should be the same lengths as where they go, so it shouldn't be an issue. I didn't even mark mine. As you can see, they're all the same perfect lengths. They fit all into place. Go ahead and place those back, snug them down, just wiggle and push, and you're done. Thanks for watching.